So I haven't really done a brew day in some time, and it's 52 degrees on a February, right after Valentine's Day, and I'm in the mood for something really hoppy. I ended up picking up a whole bunch of different hops from Yakima Valley, and the one that really stands out to me, a local brewery by me, makes a beer with these two hops. It's Galaxy and Vic Secret, and they do a very, very high oat and wheat content beer, and then add those, and and it was pretty damn good. It just needed a little bit more like citrusy character, or like a catty, like dank type of taste to me, and that's why I'm adding in Citra with it this time. So hopefully it doesn't snow in next week, but who knows, it's New Jersey. What I'm going to do now is I have my strike water coming up, well, my brew in a bag coming up to 160. I have 5 pounds of Pilsner, American Pilsner, and 5 pounds of pale ale malt. I also have 3 pounds of flaked oats and 3 pounds of flaked wheat, and that's the whole grist. I'm in 8 gallons of water, and the water is special because I've been messing around with water for the better part of a year, and nothing's come out perfect. So I'm going back to the roots. I have a local natural spring in the next town over, and when I tested it with my Lamont kit, it's pretty damn close to a filtered tap water, but several of my beers lately have been coming out with like a chlorine taste, even if I ran through a filter and then also put Camden tablet in it. This one, just for safe measure, put the 8 gallons in, added 1 crushed Camden tablet, let it sit overnight. Now it's coming up to temp. I'm at 154. Strike temp is 160, and the mash is going to be around 151, 152. That's basically it. But for the hop additions, we're using ½ ounce of Magnum for bittering at 60 minutes, and then 5 minutes to flame out is going to be a little over an ounce of Citra. So it's about 40 grams of Citra, 25 grams each of Vic Secret and Galaxy. I only have 2-ounce packages, so I'm saving the remainder for the dry hop, which is going to come after fermentation. I don't want any of those aromas to be blown off. And I'll tell you right now, it smells pretty damn good coming out of this container. I'm going to be reusing some harvested yeast. You can see there's a nice little layer. You can see 3 layers. You can see the trub, the hop debris, and then the yeast right on top of there. I'm going to basically swirl this bad boy up. This is White Labs Coastal Haze 067, I believe it is. It's a blend of Conan and London 3, I believe, or some British ale yeast. And I'm going to ferment that at cellar temp, which is probably about 65 degrees. I'll let you know how it goes. Right now I'm at 160, and it's cycling power right now to maintain a temperature. So I'm going to kick off the pump, mash in, get it up to down to 151, 152, and we'll go from there. So I'm all mashed in, and I want to show you guys that I usually set my controller to about 1 degree below, and it'll fluctuate. It'll hit about 151, then shoot back up to about 152, and then kind of boop, bounce down, and then come back. It'll kind of sit around 152, no problem. Right now I'm recirculating, and I'm just keeping an eye. I don't want, with how high, it's like 20% each, so 40% of the grain bill is flaked adjunct. So I will brew in a bag will allow me to not get a stuck sparge when the grain bed settles. But what could happen is it could suck a little bit too much off the bottom before it starts to overflow off the top and go down between the basket, because I have a basket in there plus the 400 micron brew bag. So I just need to make sure that it kind of is throttled down enough that it's pumping, and I keep an eye on the holes on the side of the unit to make sure it doesn't kind of jump up to the level doesn't go too high. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. 60-minute mash, maybe go a little bit longer since I have some Pilsner in there. But that seems about it. All right. So it's been a 60-minute mash at about 152, 154. It keeps fluctuating kind of in between there, which is fine with me. I did have to stop recirculating the first 30 to 40 minutes. I just wanted to sit because it kept bouncing up to like 156. So I just kind of left it. But now I'm cranking up to 167, 170 for a mash out. Let it sit for about 10-15 minutes at that temperature. And then I'm going to pull the bag out using the hook and winch. Let that drain. And then I'm going to move it to a bucket. Let that drain into there. And I'm going to leave the metal basket in place and place in this bag, my old bag. It's going to be my hot bag. Okay? Because I am putting in roughly 4 ounces into this 5-gallon. I like to keep out as much hot particular as I can. I don't want it going through the plate chiller. Okay? So once we get up to I'll do a drain, get up to a boil, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys? So I'm ramping up now to just before boiling. It was sitting at 170, 168, 170 for about 15 minutes. I just pulled it out using the pulley. I have hooks that I place in here. I usually only use one, but it looks like this that I made. It clipped onto there. They hold it up no problem. It's pretty much almost done draining now. And I'm going to pull this whole basket out and sit it into that bucket with something below it, like another little 1-gallon bucket below it, just to keep it off the ground and let it continue to drain. And then whatever drains out, that bucket's clean. I make sure to wash it. I will go ahead and add it back into the kettle for the boil. It's only a bittering charge, so I could do ½ ounce of bittering no problem into the kettle. Then I'm going to be using the bag to hold the other particulate out. Alright, see you guys probably for the late edition. Cheers, guys. This is the Galaxy Vic Secret Citra, and head looks really nice and body looks good. I was trying to do a Coastal Haze yeast with this, which would leave it a little hazy, but as you can see, it's not. It's actually quite clear because it didn't take off. I had to use USL5. So I have already had like 2 of these already, so I know what it tastes like. Sorry for the bad tasting, but on the nose, the hops come out really well. The taste is a little bit more bittering than what I would want. I would probably half the bittering, or at least add that amount of bittering hops to 30 minutes, or half the time of what I did before. Other than that, I think I would just dry hop with double. I do a double dry hop because the hops are very prominent in the aroma, but the taste, they're not there. And I have over dry hopped beers before, and they come out very green, very medicinal. This does not. It's more of like a kind of like an all-day IPA type of flavor. It's there, but it's not a NEPA juice bomb. But overall, extremely nice color, great head, great taste. I would just double dry hop, or at least double the amount of hops in the whirlpool. Cheers.